Good afternoon, everyone. On a formal note, I am Chirag Solanki and I am the MDP convener for HMA for this year. And I'm pleased to introduce Mr. V. Srinivas Rao, popularly known as VSR sir. And he's the Chief Digital Advisor, BT and BT Management Consultancy and member of HMA committee for this year. So I welcome sir. Sir, please.
A lot of echo is coming, right? Echo sound vastundi. So anyway, okay. Good afternoon, everyone. After lunch, I think. So it's testing my performance. All right. Let us start with one definition. What is management? I mean, we have been talking about management for many decades, or maybe many centuries, right? What is management? Effective management of all resources. Okay. Managing self. Yes. Managing set of people, managing the organization, getting things done through others. Okay, great. Managing the resources. All right. Anyway, what's that? Ideas being developed. So through management, you develop the ideas and all. Okay. In the interest of the time, let me summarize what I understand management. The first thing is anything if you want to do, you have to initiate. Agree? So what you do during initiation? Some discussion, some brainstorming. Okay. After that, what we do? You have to plan. So my definition of management. First you have to initiate. There is something, a trigger point, which will ask you to do something and all. Some incident, whatever. Then you have to plan. That means you have to identify what is the goals, what strategies, what activities I have to perform, in which sequence, what resources are required, what infrastructure is required. If I don't do all these things, then I will fail as a manager, right? So that's where the most fundamental thing in the management is planning. Agree? All right, then what? Execution, right? Execution. Like what you said now, right? Managing self, managing resources, managing infrastructure. Everything, all is execution. And managing change, I think Mr. Ramesh is going to speak about. Managing change and everything you are managing it so that the execution plays a very vital role. What is the basis for execution? The plan. But most of our organizations, most of the people, without plan they execute. I am sure you see in, if not all the senior people, some of the people. Without plan they execute. That's where you don't get what results you are looking for. Then what is the most important thing after execution? Monitoring, so right? Monitoring and controlling. You monitor, but if you don't control. Monitor means what? Whatever the plan is there, whatever the execution you are doing, are they going as per the plan? Is the execution done as per the plan? What are the intended results are you getting or not? That's where you are monitoring. You call it as a review or whatever, so on and so forth. But what is controlling then? You monitored, fantastic, it's not going well, it is going well. Then you have to control, right? That's where you have to look at what is this root cause for that. If it is something going well, how you can enhance it. If something is not going well, what is the root cause? That's where you talk about all the corrective actions, preventive actions, decisions at right time, right decisions at right time. This is called controlling, right? Then what else? That's enough? Okay, word might be changed. Okay, control is a different. All right. After control literally don't take like a command control. It's not a literal command control. Control means it's like corrective actions and preventive actions, right decisions at right time. Okay, I'm not saying that you control that guy, you sit there, you sit. It's not like that. Right. Absolutely, I understand that. Okay, it's a collaborative, all those. Next, what is the most important thing in the management? Okay, you controlled in the sense what? You have taken the right decisions at right time, corrective actions and preventive actions. Most important thing here is what you learn from that. That's where the continuous improvement will come, right? So this is what I call management. Any, I think, difference of opinion? Any? Okay, initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, controlling, and continuously improving. This is what management for many decades or centuries, you might be having written standard operating procedures or policies, or it is only your brain, your experience, whatever, I think you have been doing. Kaizen, whatever. Okay, now let us talk, my subject, what I've been. So I worked in TCS, Infosys, Satyam. Fundamentally, I came from tech background. I was the chief digital officer at Tech Mahindra until 2014. Then I started my own. Now we are talking about digital workers. So I want to bring a context, the management and digital workers. Workers, don't take it literally workers. Even CEO is a worker in this context. Whether CEO or a chief, whatever, right? A person or a human being who is working in the organization is the worker. Who is a digital worker now? Any idea? Lot of human resources. As I come from tech companies, we have a thumb rule. If 20,000 people are there, we will make, it is an on-site offshore model. US, UK, Europe, different countries. We will make $1 billion business. That was a thumb rule. Usually for any IT services company, if you want to make $1 billion business, we will have 20,000 people. Those are all the human workers for me, including all, right? Now, when digital workers come, can I make $1 billion with 15,000 people? That's where the boards are asking. The boards are putting now key performance indicators to CEOs. Okay, you grow, that's okay. But I want to reduce the employees probably half. I want to reduce the employees probably 30%, 40%. That's the KPI they are putting on the CXOs. They are worried. That's the journey started. I am not saying that it is happening today. So now let us understand who is a digital worker. Okay. Any thoughts? Who is a digital worker? Automation, okay. Partly right, but let me give you again my definition of who is a digital worker, because I'm sure we all seen coming from automation we spoke, and then managing the systems and all. So we started with manuals, right? Something like a manual work. Maybe 1950s, 60s, there was a big paper. Even when I was in for TCS, first time when we want to travel, a pink paper will be there, right? We used to write, I'm going from Hyderabad to Bangalore, and you have to sign it. Then somebody will go for approval. There was no system at all. It's a manual, right? It was a manual. So from there, we come to semi-automation. IBM, Tandem, Unisys. Okay, that means the forms are automated. You look at that COBOL program, same thing. Probably some of your generation have seen it. Then after that, everybody thought, okay, 1990s and the ERPs came into picture. And prominently during Y2K, the ERP came into picture. What is that? SAP, Oracle, Microsoft, all those came, right? That is a full automation. So manual, semi-automation. That means semi-automation means only some functions are automated. They are not like complete end-to-end. Our processes are not automated. Okay, travel is automated, but HR is not automated. Inventory is not automated. That is semi-automated. Then when it comes to the ERP era, it is completely automated because they are also tightly integrated, right? HR, finance, inventory, supply chain, everything is integrated. Even PLM, product lifecycle management, CRM, SCM, and all got integrated. That is what? Fully automated. Then 2000 onwards, the real digital started. What is digital? Again, there is a confusion. Somebody say it is a digitization. Somebody say it is a digitalization. So what is the difference? It is important to understand. What is digitization? Even if you scan a paper, it is a digitization. If you take a photograph, it is a digitization. If you do an Excel sheet, it is a digitization. But that's not digitalization. When you say digitalization, usually what they consider is, what is that business value you are bringing into organization? It's not just simply some photos, documents, scanned copies and all. That's okay. That is the digitization era. But when it comes to the digitalization, okay, now the real crux started. This is where I think I was one of the guys who started this digital journey in IT industry in India, along with, of course, Cognizant, TCS and all. So we differentiated what is digitalization. Okay, what is that? Any thoughts? That's it. So digitalization started when technologies got converged. We used to have nuclear families, information technology, TCS, Infosys, Satyam, Wipro, etc. Telecommunication technologies, Airtel, I'm just talking about Indian context, right? What are the Airtel, Vodafone, Idea in the past, I don't know whether it is there now, right? Are now Reliance Jio and all. They are all telecom companies. They bring the fiber and all those things. They are the telecommunication companies, right? That is the technology. And there are collaboration technology companies. What are they? Meta. What else? Video conferencing, audio conferencing, right? They are all collaboration technologies, right? YouTube, for example, they are collaboration technologies. There is a conversation you are doing, and they are all collaboration technologies. Then the most important thing, which was there for many decades, but they were not connected to internet, I think in some of your generation we used to call M2M, machine to machine communication, right? PLCs in the shop floors and all. But once all these machines and equipment, cars are getting connected to internet, they are called Internet of Things, right? You got my point? They are called operational technologies. That means the technologies which give life to things. What does it mean? Can I give life to this chair? If this chair is able to sense, I am sitting on the chair, it is sensing you are not sitting in a proper posture because the sensors are telling your body is not touching the back. Your chair is able to sense. A lot of sensors are coming in. Of course, unfortunately, India, we are still not able to manufacture our own sensors. We are still importing them. Okay, right, the embedded system. That's where I mean. Okay, we are calling IoT now in our language. Internet of Things. What is a thing here? It could be a chair, it could be a car, it could be a fan. Anything is a thing, right? But why you basically got that picture? We used to have something called anything to be connected to internet, you should have IP address. Agree? There should be some address, right? Your iPad or your telephone, whatever your mobile phone, something address is required. In the past, you used to have only 4.9 billion addresses in the world. Very limited IP addresses. Now, IPv6 got 343 trillion addresses. Bigger than the universe. 343 trillion addresses. That means anything in the world, including the sand grain, can connect it to internet. That is where the Internet of Things came into picture. Okay, then Internet of Nano Things, that means a small robo you put into body, that is a nano thing. You can now talk anything, right? Okay, so those are called operational technologies. All these were done very differently. IT handled by different companies, telecommunications handled by different companies, collaboration technologies handled by different companies, operational technologies handled by different companies like Caterpillar, Siemens, Philips. They're all the OT guys. They were all nuclear families. 2000, they started combining. They became combined family. That's where the real journey started. When all these technologies got merged, and when all these technologies got merged and things are able to connect to the internet, that's where it called digitalization. That means, what I always request is, when all these technologies got converged, why you are worried too much? You automated the processes, right? What are the processes we spoke? Supply chain, inventory, finance and all. Not only that, in the M2M in the past, you also automated industry processes, agree? In the shop floors also the processes were automated. But on the whole, whatever automation you have done was the process automation. The technologies were mainly leveraged for business process automation or industry process automation. But when all these technologies became a combined family, it has now stretched to beyond processes. That's where the digitalization started. That's where everybody got worried. Even board of directors are worried. Oh my God, when this convergence happened, there is driverless car. There is no driver. Why? There is IoT there, OT. There is a CT. There is a collaboration technology. There is a IT. Whatever technologies I spoke are integrated into that car. Then the product has become a software. The product has become a technology. That means what? This convergence caused now beyond processes, it is impacting your products also. Air conditioners, washing machines, cars, chairs, I told you, right? What not? Even baby diapers. The baby diapers got the sensors. What sensors? Temperature, blood pressure, right? Wetness. So imagine a situation, you are the master for the last 50 years because of the softness or wetness control, etc. But somebody came from the corner, a startup. They also came in addition to that, some sensors connecting through internet. Mom is sitting at office. She is worried. My son got fever. Okay, then what to do? She has the mobile phone. She can see the temperature, blood pressure and all the readings just from the mobile phone. Here also you remember what are the things used? IoT, that means OT, CT, IT, all these technology convergence, right? That means the product got changed. Oh my God, it's only products? Services got changed. How? Do you have patience today? If you want to get, no, you don't have, sir. So if you want to get the information today, if you don't get within 3 minutes, you get irritated because you have the mobile phone. You are at a restaurant, you are at home, you are at the kitchen. It doesn't matter. Even, I think Starlink is giving, even you go to the desert, you can have the internet. Right? Elon Musk is giving that. So, the services and information people are expecting anywhere, anytime, anyhow, any device, anywhere, desert, ocean, it doesn't matter, anywhere, anytime, 24/7, any device, a tab, wearable device, mobile phone, laptop, a refrigerator console, car console, game console, what not. Then services spectrum got changed. Remember in the past, the accounts used to, if you want to open the bank account, how much time you used to take 10 years back? Now how much time you take? Anywhere, anytime, using any device. If you get the services, you have to think now, how I can offer these services. That's the power of convergence of technology. That is called digitalization. What I said, processes we spoke. Okay. Then we spoke of products. We spoke about services. Then what about your real processes? I spoke as automation era, we did it. In the automation era, we did the process automation. But digitalization era, what happens to processes? That's where the digital workers will come into picture. What is the process? You have tasks and you have to take decisions based on some events and triggers. Agree? Anything else other than that? Process means what? You have to perform the tasks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sequence, series of steps or tasks, steps, activities, whatever. During that time, there will be some alerts. There will be some triggers. There will be some events. That's where the process, right? Then what else? In that process, you also need to take decisions. If you don't take decisions, then the process may not execute as you expect, right? If suppose the tasks are performed without human being, if decisions are performed without human being, what happens? That's where the digital worker come into picture. Like Vijay said, how do you mimic human intelligence in the machines or software is called a digital worker. It's a small part of digital worker, Janay. I'll explain. Okay, Janay is not really, it is only some part of this. Correct, that's what I'm saying. No, generative artificial intelligence is different. Artificial general intelligence is different. Then you are talking AGI. Artificial general intelligence is equivalent to human intelligence. No, come to the artificial. Now you understand, right? What I'm talking here is the processes in the past were executed. Now you got SAP, Oracle, Microsoft, Workday, PeopleSoft, whatever, all they were custom built, mobile applications and all. But still there is a human intervention, right? You have to log in and some trigger will come. Then you have to open the system and raise the purchase order. Then somebody has to approve. Then order will come, somebody has to manually go and verify. These are all human interventions are there. You remember now the human interventions are completely removed. What happens? That is called autonomous execution. You got autonomous cars now. But I am telling now autonomous processes, for example. That means wherever human interventions are there in the system, whatever automation you have done, human interventions are there today, right? So the digital workers are nothing but what the human beings are executing the tasks using the systems available today are executed by the digital workers with the intelligence what the human beings have. They can take the decisions themselves like human beings. That is called digital worker. That means you are mimicking the human intelligence into a machine or a software. Then you have to understand what is intelligence. How do you mimic? That's where we are here, right? And what is that? Change will come. Then Vemur Ramesh Garu can speak about change management. I may conclude with what is going to happen. Then he has to tell My God, how we have to do that, right? Okay, now let us take a situation. What is intelligence? What is human intelligence? I define there are 7 attributes qualify as an intelligence. Number 1, perception. If you come to this room, automatically what you see this, okay, left side this is there, right side this is there, okay, entry side there is a table, here the sofa sets are there, round tables are there. That means you are perceiving this room and getting all the data points into your brain. That is called perception. As a human being, it is a natural characteristic what you have with your 5 senses, right? After all, 5 senses are helping us to perceive. Seeing, hearing, sensing, touching, smelling, right? Tasting. That's where you are. Now, if you can give that perception ability to a machine or software, then that is intelligent. That can be done through sensors, or it can be done through what? Barcodes, cameras, intelligent devices. Or of course, you can't give all the 5 senses 100%, but if you can replicate that perception ability to the machines or the software, then they are intelligent. The next one, once you perceived, I came, I perceived. Oh, here the sofa sets are there, backside that is there, this is there and all. Then I have to reason. What is the reason? What is the better way to sit? First row, second row, fourth row? Better sit in the corner and work myself. So you are now reasoning in your brain, some patterns you are doing, right? And you need to come to a judgment, you need to come to some decision. Oh, let me sit in the front row. That all process is happening in our brain without you knowing. That is called reasoning. If I can mimic that reasoning into software, if I can mimic that reasoning into the machine, it itself can reason, then that is intelligent. We talk about the one important aspect of management is planning. Usually we plan now, right? So I only reasoned, I took a decision. But what is the planning I have to do? Okay, better walk that step, come like this, sit here. This is one plan. The sequence of steps, what Ramesh Garu said. Okay, that's, no, probably come this side, sit here. This is a planning I am doing now. Explicitly, I may not write it on a paper as a plan, right? In my brain, I am planning it. So I decided where to sit. Now I have to plan. Whether I have to go that side or this side and all. That planning and everything is happening in my brain. If you are able to plan, you are intelligent. If that ability you can give, automatically if you are able to give that ability to the machine or equipments or devices or the software, then you are intelligent, right? Okay, clear? What are the things? Perception, reasoning, planning. Then most important thing is execution. Okay, I am a human being, so I have to walk. Execution means what? I have to walk, come, sit. That is execution. If execution today, what you do in our business parlance, if you look at, you open the systems and you execute some tasks as per the triggers or events and all. Some trigger came. Your, I think, inventory level is going down. Then that is a trigger. Immediately what you do, you open and you do some tasks yourself, right? If that is also done by a machine, not you, right? It knows what to do. That means the execution is also done by a software or a machine. Machine could be a robot also. Or machine could be, like you said, a bot. Soft machine, hard machine. It's not always hard machine, right? When I say machine, you consider soft also, right? So that is what called execution. The execution here is what? Autonomous or semi-autonomous. That means it itself is executing without human interventions. Then that is called intelligence. The next 2-3 things very important. Once that execution is done, as we said, monitoring, controlling and all, intelligence means you reflect. Reflect means, oh, I could have come this side. Why the hell I have come to that side? It took long time. This is not the best place. I could have sat backside. Okay, these are all you are reflecting. What was the decision I took? What was the judgment I took? What was the plan I implemented? What were the results I achieved? Based on that, now you are reflecting. You are learning. If that is automatically done by a machine or a software, it is intelligent. Then the most important, next time I come to this room, I do differently. Agree? I know because I already experienced in this room. That is called adaptation. If you bring that into a machine or a software, that is intelligent. The last part of the attribute of intelligence is you must know your limitations. As a human being, I should know my limitations. If that machine or software is not knowing the limitation, it is not intelligent. I cannot say that I can do anything and everything. No, I have my own limitations, right? If you know the limitations, you are intelligent, that is called metacognition. Just to summarize, the 7 attributes if you can bring into a software or into a machine, that is called intelligence. And your generative AI will help you to bring some of these attributes. May not be all. Okay? Clear? Huh? I'll come that. But this is clear now? I'm just trying to introduce only today. I'm not going to too much but a lot of things, I mean, it take maybe 3 hours, 4 hours if I say that. Okay, digital worker, if anybody say, it is not a bot, it is beyond bot. The bots doesn't have all these attributes, please understand. When somebody say you are an AI agent, if somebody say you are a digital worker, you put it on a checklist saying that whether it can perceive, whether it can basically reason it, or plan it, execute it, reflect, and iterate or adaptation, right? Or metacognition. You put ask them, do you have this? Do you have this? Do you have this? Oh, you don't have this? Then I'm sorry, you are not a digital worker. You are a simple bot. You are a simple chat bot, or you are a simple assistant. You are not a digital worker. Maybe level 1 digital worker, a base digital worker. You are not that intelligent to perform the work. If you are intelligent, that means I expect all these 7 attributes. So I was talking to one of the customers. I think, let us look at supply chain, everybody knows here, right? Supply chain management. So what we said, if you have 10 people today, who are all they? What roles will be there? Demand planner, right? Inventory manager, okay, transportation or logistics manager. Who else will be there in the supply chain? Procurement manager, right? Then look at now, I know what these human beings are doing today. Their job description is clear. What decisions and empowerment you have given is clear. Agree? You are HR, for example. You know what activities you have to do, what decisions you can take, right? I will tell him, Srinivas Garu, I will give you 3 agents or 4 agents. One is for recruitment, another for compensation, another for business HR, other for performance management, other for talent building and all. Maybe 4 agents I will give you. All 4 agents will have all these attributes. Recruitment, there are 1,000 profiles have come. Within 5 minutes, it will give you what is the best thing. You don't need to, because it is intelligent, okay, so it can tell you what is the best profile for your requirement. Okay, so like that, what happens now, if I go and tell Infosys or TCS, the boards will be happy when I say, you are doing today with 20,000 people, 1 billion business. Let us prepare for the next 3 to 5 years, you can do that with 15,000 people. I'll give you 500 agents, that's it, or 5,000 agents, whatever it is. What is the benefit of these digital workers or agents now? Do they take leaves? Yes or no? Do they get tired? So that is a danger. 24/7. But continuously their intelligence has to be improved. The level 1, iteration 1, the intelligence may not be 100%. It may be 50%, 40%, it doesn't matter. But somewhere you have to start, right? So how you can really start now, identifying the right digital workers itself is a big challenge. What digital agents really add value? It's not like everything I want to make digital agent. No, not required. And another important thing is, where you must have the human in the loop. You can't trust AI completely. Agree? That's where it is called human in the loop. That means in this whole process of task what I am executing, decisions what I am executing, I don't want that tool or a machine or whatever software to do it itself. I want that to be popped up, and once I give approval, then only the AI should execute. That is called human in the loop. So you also have to identify, maybe after 5 years, human in the loop will go down. Because the intelligence goes up, the human in the loop will go down. But today, I cannot trust AI completely. It may not give the right answers to me, right? I'm sure you... Learning, exactly. It is like a baby. Okay, first crawling, then 3 years, the intelligence is different. 10 years, the intelligence is different. 20 years, it is different. 50 years, it is different. Exactly, AI also will happen like that. Getting all these 7 attributes in a single day, it will not happen. Now imagine if you have a business value chain in a manufacturing industry, you have inbound logistics, outbound logistics, production, sales, after sales, marketing, procurement, right? IT, what else? HR, finance. All these things are there. How many agents are required? Today you have all human beings. Now you have to ask yourself, which processes I have to start with digital workers with least resistance. Once you tell, I will bring digital workers or AI agents, 300% you will get resistance. The 10 SCM guys will become 3 now. You got bandwidth, right? I have given you digital workers. Mr. Demand Planner, I gave you three digital workers. Whatever you are doing now 8 hours, you can do in 2 hours. I am releasing 6 hours of your bandwidth. There are 2 ways. Out of 10 people, you say you go, 7 people please get out. That is one way of looking at. That doesn't work. The other way of looking at is, I got 7 people, what I said, 8 people. So 8 people. 8 people, you got additional 6 hours more per day. 48 hours additional bandwidth you got today. Multiplied month. What else I can do with the additional bandwidth? Anywhere you go in the operations, they say I'm occupied 120%. I don't have time. I cannot start new initiatives because I am very much occupied with day-to-day work. Agree or not? Everybody will say that now. So if I say that, don't worry now, I will release your bandwidth because I am giving you the digital workers. You will get at least 30% or 20% time as a buffer. Then you think about how you can introduce some innovations, or you can probably grow your business to new regions, or you can increase the revenue, so on and so forth. Okay? So that's the era started now. Fundamentally, what is going to happen in future? If somebody asks how many employees you have, 1,000 human employees, 500 digital workers. 1,000 human workers. So you will be assessed. They will ask you how many digital workers you have, and I want to test the intelligence level of your digital workers. Whether your digital workers are intelligent or your competitor digital workers are intelligent. After all, human beings are also same, right? But here it is very easy to measure the performance of the digital workers, right? Everything is automated. You don't do any biased assessments of the performance of the digital workers, right? Then who is the HR for digital workers? Correct? Who else? Who will fix the problem? Attitude problem is there. Human resources, what all the problems are there, Srinivas? Attitude problems, absenteeism, no ethics, no values, what else? Correct? Who will fix HR or business, like he said? But now your technology people play a very vital role to fix the problems of the digital workers, because you have to retrain, then you have to take the new data sets and all. So the new HR for digital workers is technology, along with your other HR and all. I will stop here. Let us have some questions so that I hope it is interesting. Then next we will take probably a big workshop. Okay. Now I will say, I'm sorry, your name. Thirumal Reddy asked, okay, let us talk about artificial narrow intelligence, artificial general intelligence, artificial super intelligence. Generative AI is different. Artificial general intelligence is different. Generative AI means already what you are seeing here today, the large language models for like GPT-5, Claude. ChatGPT is an application. That is not a LLM. Okay, ChatGPT is built on GPT-4 or GPT-5. GPT-5 or GPT-4 is the LLM. Okay, then Claude is there. Then Gemini. Okay, what else? Grok. Right? These are all things. They are all generative AI. They are all for text, images, videos. Now you have multi-modals, right? One tool is giving videos, one tool is giving this and all. I'm sure you might have seen today I released one small song, right? How many people saw that song? Telugu song I released today with AI. The lyric I created with AI, right? But see that, sir, everything is AI. Nothing human is only me. What I wrote all my emotions, my thoughts, my feelings like a raw. I want this, I want this. I want both states to be looking like combined Telugu pride should come out. All my thoughts I put it there, but I am not a Sirivel and Sitaram Shastri to write a great song, right? But I have my thoughts actually. I have my feelings, my emotions, and I put everything like 30 lines and ask now, you give me a lyric now. Then ChatGPT has given me lyric in Telugu. But mistakes will be there. Then go to Google Translate, then correct your mistakes. Then again I go to, usually what I do is, one LLM what is given, I don't trust it. I'll go to Claude and ask, is it okay? Then I go to Grok, I asked, can you please look at this with the lenses of Sirivel and Sitaram Shastri? That means I want like Sirivel and Sitaram Shastri style of the lyric. I asked the Grok like that, 3 iterations I have done. Then it came. But it came 25-minute song. Nobody listened. Then I again asked, I want only 4 minutes. But okay, finally it became 6 minutes less. After that I went to suno.ai. That is another AI tool. You give the lyric, And you also tell what type of music you want. Then I said, I want a fusion of Ilayaraja, Mahadevan, Sitaramam. I like Sitaramam background score. All those I wrote, but it doesn't accept exact names. If you say that Balasubramaniam, it doesn't, because IP issues will be there and all. Then 25 iterations I have done. Finally, I got that song. But iteration is very simple. It will take a minute or two. It doesn't take too much time, right? So that is what your generative AI. It generates text, it generates songs, it generates videos, it generates audios, it generates images. What else? It generates 3D models. So how many are here from mechanical engineering? Right? We used to do, I also from mechanical, right? We used to have CAD CAM, AutoCAD, Pro Engineer, Unigraphics. We used to go to that system and draw them, right? We don't need to draw now. I want to just give, I want these specifications, this is the way, give me the CAD diagram. Automatically the 3D model will come just by text. That is generative AI. Okay, now coming to artificial narrow intelligence. Artificial narrow intelligence means it is only very limited, it can do one task. It is not intelligent enough to do many tasks. Alexa, can you do everything and anything with Alexa? You can't, right? Only few things you can do. You got my point what I'm saying? So when you can do a task or multiple tasks, very predefined boundary, that is called artificial narrow intelligence. Okay, when your intelligence become nearer to human intelligence, now we are slowly getting, but OpenAI guy telling we are already there and all, but it is very difficult. Human intelligence is not, replication is not that easy. Okay, maybe another 5 years, nearer to that, they are thinking, that is called, if the machine intelligence is equivalent to human intelligence, that is called artificial general intelligence. If anybody say that AGI, that means you are aiming at bringing the human intelligence, what I told, those 7 attributes, but it is very difficult. Yes, it is going to what? Initially we said perception, think means perceiving, reasoning, planning, executing. It will feel, that's where artificial general intelligence, it will start feeling also. Sentient, that it will tell like a Robo 1, that Chitti says Aishwarya Rai, right? Okay, that's not far, huh? That's not far. No, it is going to destruct. It's a destructive technology. But how to make it constructive is what we all need to think in the next workshop, not in a session like the 30 minutes. I saw that, yes. But you can't stop, sir. This particular, whatever revolution happening, you cannot stop it. Correct, but that what to do now? That's where the very important thing. Okay, the character building is the most critical thing in the tech era, since the childhood. If you don't have the right character, I will build the bad digital workers. The digital worker is very bad. If it is in the hands of Saddam Hussein versus hands of Narayan Murthy, that's the difference. I always train it like it's a crawl. I said what? It's a training a baby, right? If a baby is basically brought up by a criminal versus brought up by a very well-valued principal, what do you see after 20 years? Exactly. Same thing. It is dangerous. I mean, nuclear bomb is not dangerous now. The artificial intelligence is more dangerous than the nuclear bomb, right? People are underestimating it. China is far ahead. So I will reserve all these things for the next one. Okay. Then artificial superintelligence means that's where the human destruction starts. When the machine intelligence is superior to human intelligence, that is called artificial superintelligence. It is called singularity. That means our intelligence is lesser than the machine intelligence. Then they will talk themselves. They will probably say that we'll invade, we'll kill the people if they are destructive. If they are constructive, probably we'll build a great governance and all that's okay. We don't know how many will be there. So the population of India probably after 25-30 years will be maybe 500 crores. Out of that probably 200 crores or 170 crores could be. GDP wise okay sir, per capita wise last, don't worry. So we always cheat that, right? So per capita is only $3,000. Where is per capita? 3,000. GDP wise okay, 4, 5. But how does it matter for me? But individual percentage is not improved, right? Okay, that is called artificial super intelligence. So we are in the transition of artificial narrow intelligence to artificial general intelligence. We are not yet there at the general intelligence. It may take 5 years or 10 years to get a near general intelligence, at least in the business. That is general intelligence. I am a human. Human also I can do. Now I will come and say, hey, don't work. That guy is not good. This guy is not good. That is human intelligence only, not superior to human intelligence. So it is getting AGI now. So it is motivating employees, don't work. The robo is coming here and saying, don't work, don't work. Let us go chill. Why unnecessarily wasting your time and money? Let us go for a drink. That guy is happy. No, they are marrying. Please understand. I think they will marry robos going forward. You have seen Hindi film, right? Shahid Kapoor. He wants to marry a robo. She looks very beautiful. And I can change beauty also, right? 6 months after that, I will change entire thing and then I will have a new look. Yes, sir? So, they are even having robos. Okay. Ladies are here. Yeah, so already they started online rentals. Please understand that. They are intelligent. So, you have to define KPIs for digital workers. You have a role. As a human worker, you have a role. You have responsibilities. You have KPIs. Same thing you have to do for digital worker. There is a role. There is a responsibility. What performance indicators it has to do. Then automatically what happens? You don't need to measure. The agent itself will give, I am able to do this, I am not able to do this, this is my performance. You know that what is the performance of that agent. No, one digital worker may be equivalent to 500 human workers. That's why with 500 people I can build a company equivalent to 5,000. They don't get tired. 24/7, if you really build the intelligence, what is required for our business. Again, intelligence is different, right? Your business intelligence is different from my intelligence, right? Your business is in supply chain. What you always look at, supply chain related intelligence. Somebody wants a customer experience. Okay, somebody wants inventory management. Somebody wants retail stores management. Then the intelligence of the retail store management is different. That's why if anybody say I have a digital worker, I don't trust. When I estimated each agent is costing at least in an area 2 crores. If somebody say I will do for 20 lakhs and all, that's not a digital worker. Okay, because we have done a lot of analysis on that. Simple things, yes, you can do 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs and all, but that's not a full-fledged digital worker, right? So one digital worker will not do the work, please understand that. If supply chain is there, maybe 20 digital workers will be there. The 20 agents are doing combinedly all those operations. Inventory optimization, route optimization, procurement, all those whatever we spoke, demand planning, production scheduling. For all those things, I will say I will give you 20 agents, right? Then can you invest 15 crore? So today that is a problem. They are still not cheap. They are expensive. But you have to look at the ROI for next 5 years. If I invest 20 crores now, next 5 years how much I am going to save? But I don't think Indians have that much broader thinking. They will always look at why the hell I need to spend 20 crore, let me wait. That's where frustration will be there for people like us. Okay, what else? Any other questions? So digital workers, you have to understand, you have to start small digital workers. You need not go for very complex. In our business context, what one digital worker I will start today, it may not cost too much, maybe 5 lakhs, 3 lakhs and all. Level 1 digital worker, intelligence is low. Level 2 digital worker, maybe let us define 4 level or 5 level digital workers and intelligence will vary. Okay, maybe it's like an entry level associate who joined the college, from college to institution. That is the level we'll start. Then if you want somebody with 30 years experience, then you have to invest. Because that intelligence you have to replicate, right? So it all depends on how much intelligence you want and what you want to achieve. That's what it matters. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.